Hey everybody, welcome to Weight Loss for Women Over 40 podcast. I am your host, Nikki T, and today we're talking about how many calories do you need to eat to lose to weight? That did not come out right. How many calories do you need to eat in order to lose weight? That's much better. So, as you all know, I don't edit these podcasts, so here you go. Anyway, I am so glad that you are here. And I cannot wait to talk about this because I talk a lot about dieters mentality, especially in my group programs, especially with my private clients. And stay tuned for more on that. But I really feel like dieters mentality is really pulling us down and making us feel horrible about ourselves. So, before we dive into the topic, I want to invite you over to Crush Your Cravings workshop. It is happening very soon. So you can find out more at weightlossforwomen over40.net/crush, all lower caps, CRUSH. The workshop, I am going to be teaching you how to crush your cravings and how to really end that emotional eating that you have. I know because I've been there. It's not fun. For me, it felt like food was compelling me. I felt like I was under a spell almost, like I just had no control whatsoever. So over the years, I have developed my formula for crushing your cravings, so you can really break free and have freedom around food. And just so you know, none of my programs are like the typical dieters stuff that's out there. So what you're not going to get at Crush Your Cravings is I'm not going to tell you tips in other words, like how to swap habits. So meaning the food's in front of you, go for a walk or sit on your hands or something stupid like that because it doesn't work. It may in the short term, but in the long term, you're not actually getting to the root of the problem, which is the mindset. And if you've been listening to my podcast, you know, mindset, mindset, mindset. It's all about what's going on between your ears and how you can navigate around the thoughts that you think. And a lot of times you guys don't even know you're thinking that way because it's very normal for you. And I get that. But this is what I work on. This is what I coach my clients on. I could give you the step-by-step process, but really the coaching is where the magic happens. It's where you get that shift. It's where you really understand what's going on in your head. And so you can move forward and get the body that you want to live in, not the body that you're just content hanging around in right now. So if you want to join me for Crush Your Cravings, happy to have you. Again, go check out the link. You can learn all the information. It's Weight Loss for Women over 40.net/crush, CRUSH, all lower caps. I don't know why it's not going if you put in upper caps, but just put in lower caps if you want to learn more. All right, so let's talk about today's topic. So I get asked a lot, how many calories do I need to eat how many calories do I need to eat in order to lose weight? And I love when clients or pre-clients, clients that want to work with me, they get on the phone and I ask them about, what they're doing, and they give me a whole laundry list of what they're eating and how they're eating and what times they're eating and the macros and all the things. And honestly, I don't care. I love you dearly, but I don't care about calories anymore. So how many calories do you need to eat to lose weight? Who cares? Yes, I'm fired up about this topic because again, I feel like dieters mentality is so prevalent out there and you don't realize you're in it. And the problem I have with dieters mentality is it's always fueled by shame, guilt, beratement, sacrifice, willpower, whatever, and it just feels heavy. It's not the way to live your life. Again, the way I teach my methods, it's about freedom. It really is. It's about freedom around food. It's about freedom in your body. It's about freedom if your mind and the space that you are occupying with all these obsessive thoughts about calories and counting them and all the things. So calories, because we're going to talk about calories. This is what the podcast is about today. But calories are really just a measure of energy, right? And the amount of energy that is required to raise the temperature to 1 kilogram of water by 1 degree of Celsius. This was first used in engineering and physics, and eventually they decided to put it into nutrition. So there is some controversy about who discovered it. And if you haven't nodded off already, a French chemist named Anton Lavoisier, I don't know if I'm saying that right, he coined the term calorie and referred to it as the body's internal heat. So a food calorie is a kilocalorie, and it's the amount of energy needed to raise the temperature of 1 liter of water by 1 degree. And what they did was they would place food in a container in a scientific laboratory and basically lit it on fire to make the temperature rise and to find out how much heat it gives off. And this is what determines the calorie content of food. I don't know how accurate this is because we're humans. We're not a petri dish. How do we, there's so much I think that we don't understand about our bodies and how it metabolizes and how it all works as one unit together. So even if you're eating food, you have to understand that it's not just the digestive system that is kicking in, but it's also your hormones that are kicking in. It's also how you think about everything that's going on and what all these processes in our body do as a unit, not just singly by itself. So you will hear in dieters world the term calories in versus calories out. And I on a baseline level, yes, this is true in the sense if we're talking about calories, right? Because you ingest food, and then in order to lose weight, you need to increase your energy output. All right. So energy in versus energy out. So if you plan on sitting and watching a movie marathon all day, a Netflix show that you've got, you're hooked into, and you're just watching and watching and watching, and you're not really doing anything, and there's no judgment on that because sometimes you need days like that. But you're not going to expend a lot of energy. You're just sitting there, right? So the problem comes in is when you're sitting there and you're enjoying the Netflix, we automatically, because of our conditioning, think, ooh, popcorn with extra butter would be great right now. Or, oh, that bread, that French bread I have, that crusty bread with butter, that sounds amazing while I'm watching my Netflix show, right? Or whatever it is, right? The conditioning that we have when it's attached to movies or when it's attached to TV, we have these things, it's like a pleasure thing, right? They complement, quote unquote, each other. So you're sitting doing nothing, but you're still eating, right? So you're bringing in energy, but you're not expending energy out, right? Now, if you do this on an ongoing basis, again, this is how you lose weight. If it's once every now and then, it's not a problem, right? So back in my day, for all you newbies out there who are just listening to this podcast for the first time, I was a professional ballet dancer in my younger years. I stopped dancing when I was 30. And we didn't know too much about calorie, or I didn't know too much about calories then. They didn't really talk about it. I'll have to do a podcast on my whole ballet career and the whole nutritional information that we were given. I roll my eyes at that. But it was never really discussed as far as calories. It was like basically starve yourself and then we'll figure out the rest. So I didn't really get into calories until I became a personal trainer. And that was 2002. So at the time I was in physical therapy also and working as a PTA. So I started learning about calories. I have a background in nutrition, did all the certifications, all the things. And I followed it. I followed the calories, right? The 1,200 calories a day or whatever it is, and the macros. And I used to be obsessed with counting calories, right? My fitness pal and I, we were best buds. And no offense to my fitness pal, I'm glad you're out of my life now. um, but there's this obsession with calorie counting and all the data. And I always say, I mean, I used to weigh to the gram, not ounces, not cups, to the gram on a kitchen scale where I would be scraping off like tiny little molecules of protein powder or cutting a smidgen off of a chicken because it didn't hit that gram that I needed to enter in the stupid app to tell me that I was either on track or off track, or what I needed to burn, for that day. That's the other end of the aspect. I don't get me wrong. I love my Apple Watch. I enjoy looking at my steps, that kind of thing. I like data, but when data starts to overwhelm you and starts to kind of control your life, and it's very external, right? You need to walk so many steps. You need to burn this amount. You need to close your rings. Where did we lose sight of checking in with your own body? Your body was built to be lean and fit and strong. It was not built to be overweight. There may be times in the past when there were feast or famine type things where you would accumulate some body fat to hold you over in the winter. We don't need that anymore, right? That's a survival skill we don't need, generally speaking, unless you're going trekking in Alaska for the winter months or whatever. So again, getting from the external, which is all dieters mentality, right? I need to eat this many calories. I need to do this workout. It's very external, right? There's no checking in of your body. There's no checking in physically. We get so consumed. It's like having an 80-hour job and not getting paid for it, right? You're spending 80 hours trying to meal prep, trying to count your calories, trying to figure out what works. Wouldn't you like to save some time? Wouldn't you like to free up some mental space? That was my pivot point. Right around, I want to say 38-ish, I was like, screw this. This sucks. Yes, I have the body, right? I counted the calories, all the things, but I was miserable inside. I was miserable because I had to keep counting these things and it was obsessive and it took a lot of time. And yes, I'm grateful for that experience only because it makes me a better coach for you. Like I understand the math. I understand the physics behind it, but I don't want to live my life that way. And I'm pretty sure you don't either. This is why I created the method that I teach. I don't talk about calories. Calories is actually a no-no word in the programs that I run. We talk about dieters mentality and how to spot it and how to reframe and redirect. So here's the thing. If you are counting calories, using the data, doing all the calculations, it's not an exact science. And unless you're in a medical facility that you are hooked up to a lot of beeping machines that are attached to you, that are measuring your output, your activity output and your food input, and meticulously monitoring it, that's really the only way to get an accurate reading. I always joke with everybody saying when they want to know their body fat percentage, and I'm like, the only way to get a true body fat measurement is to have an autopsy. And I'm pretty sure none of us want to sign up for that. So what happens when you get rid of the data? What happens when you're just relying on your body? This is where I fill in the gap for you guys as a client. I teach you how to go internal, how to notice hunger signals, right? How to know when you're satiated. Satiated? I don't think that's a word. How to know when you're full, how to know what to do in certain circumstances based on your body. And everybody's so different. The other part of it is it is so much more fun and so much more free when you don't have to carry around a fitness pal, a fitness app or whatever that's telling you what you can and cannot eat. I cannot tell you the freedom of going to a restaurant and just picking whatever the hell you want off the menu. Not because it's 500 calories or 200 calories or it's on the healthy meal side. No, I pick whatever I want. Pick whatever I want to eat. I'm pretty sure that you want to live your life the fullest. You want to have the wine. You want to have the desserts. It's the holiday season coming up, right? Halloween is just around the corner. You're going to be tempted by all these foods, and you're either going to overindulge or you're going to restrict and use willpower, and then eventually you will lose it and overeat if you're the typical dieter. Again, get into my Crush Your Cravings workshop. This is going to help you immensely through the holidays, right? So there is an easier way. It's the method that I teach. Again, I don't teach what everyone else is teaching out there. It really comes from the mindset. We don't count calories. There are no foods off limits. Nobody is food logging. Nobody is meal prepping or weighing or measuring or nothing like that. I teach this both in my group program and in my private coaching program. If you want to learn more, go to weightlossforwomenover40.net. If you want to check out the group program, it's weightlossforwomenover40.net/group. If you want private coaching, you can just go directly to the call button and book a call with me. It's all on the website, so you can check it out. So the question is, how many calories do you need to eat? If you're really fighting me on the calories, it really depends on your goals and what you want your body to look like. And even with that said, you can still get that without counting the freaking calories. So if you're done counting calories and points and doing all this, I'm sorry, I have to say stupid, all the stupid dieters mentality stuff, get in my world and you will I will teach you how to figure out how to navigate the world without counting calories. So get out of dieter's mentality. Again, I'm going to do a podcast on dieter's mentality, I'm pretty sure. If not, go find me on either TikTok or Instagram, because I'm going to be boosting up my reels and sharing a lot of helpful tips, exercises, things like that on my reels. So go follow me on Instagram and or on TikTok. It's all at Weight Loss for Women Over 40. Go hang out there and you'll get a lot of helpful information. So again, get out of dieter's mentality. And really, I really feel like dieter's mentality is a prison. It really is a prison that you have voluntarily stepped into and created. And it's not your fault. Because again, we grew up in the age where this is what we were taught. You know, if you're in your 40s and over, this is how we were taught. But it doesn't have to be that way. And I know this because I was there. And it's no fun spending half your day trying to figure out what the hell to eat, or trying to offset whatever you did eat by doing cardio or whatever it is that you think you need to do. There really are only 3 things you need to focus on in order to lose weight. That is moving your body, right? Energy out, fueling your body, energy in, and managing your mind. This is the whole process of what you think about the energy in and the energy out and all the other stuff going on in your life, all the circumstances that are coming up, all the external stuff. The biggest part of this whole weight loss journey for you and having it be lasting and sustainable is the mindset piece. And like I said, I can absolutely give you the steps, but until you get coached and you really understand for you how to implement that into your life, the steps are useless. I might as well just give you dieter's mentality crap. So if you want to work with me, sorry, I'm losing my voice. If you want to work with me, you can learn how to eat all the foods that you love. Again, holidays are coming up. All those gingerbread cookies, the Halloween candy, all that stuff you're going to want to eat. And you're allowed to eat it with me and you'll still lose weight. And doing the activities that you love doing. So again, if you're ready to lose weight for the last time in a simple and doable manner, head over to weightlossforwomen over40.net/call to book a call with me. And I'll absolutely help you. Also remember, Crush Your Cravings workshop is happening very soon. You can save your virtual seat at weightlossforwomen over40.net/crush, CRUSH, all lower caps. And if you're not quite ready to work with me, not a problem. Just head over to weightlossforwomen over40.net/free, FREE, all lower caps, and grab your free copy of 5 Reasons You Are Not Losing Weight Over 40. And there are other freebies that I have on there that are correlated to the podcasts that I have been doing. So the past couple podcasts have workbooks that are accompanying with them to kind of dive a little bit deeper into the topic that we were discussing. They are absolutely free. I would definitely head over there and grab them because I don't know how long I'm going to keep them up there. So make sure you head over to weightlossforwomen over40.net, find out all the goodies that are on there. All right. I hope that you take a moment today and have tremendous gratitude for the planet that we live in. The fact that we are on this planet spinning in some space and we are all taken care of is amazing, I think. So hope you have a gratitude day, a grateful day, a fantastic day. And I'll talk to you on the next podcast if I don't see you over on TikTok or Instagram.